Hello everyone, it's Down to 1500 here, and welcome to part 2 of Obscure Woody Dolls. So before we get started, I'd say huge thanks to everyone for all the likes and views on the first video. That video hopefully helped a lot of you out, those of you who didn't know much about the many different Obscure Woody Dolls that have been released throughout the years by the many different toy companies. So thank you guys so much for all your help and support on the first video. It really means a lot to me. Before I get started with the video, I'd like to point out some corrections about some Woody dolls that I've talked about in the last video. I did want to mention that last video I talked about a variant of the stock standard Thinkway Woody that had around 15 phrases that was released in 2009 before I got the layer version with around 20 phrases that apparently had a first edition release where you had painted lips and a smaller stitched on vest that had several other re-releases after that. I forgot to mention that that one also had a 2009 Disney Store UK exclusive Cloudbox variant without the painted lips, but still the small stitched-on vest. Also that Disney Store exclusive Woody and Lotso gift set from around 2012. Huge shout out to Curve for sending me a video footage of all that Woody Dolls phrases on Instagram, because I wasn't able to find much video footage for that Woody Dolls phrases out there because it was pretty rare and underrated. So this Woody doll does have some pretty unique phrases, very similar to the Toy Story collection Woody, as you might recognize, and they can be synced up with Lotso, like how the Buzz and Zurg 2-pack set from 2012 had the feature where Buzz could have a reply to Zurg if he synced up their phrases just right. Woody has the same feature where he can sync up the phrases right and he can have a reply to what Lotso says. I've also found out that the Thinkwaytoys Toys R Us exclusive Hawaiian Vacation Woody doll also has another box variant that was a Canada exclusive for having a different Toys R Us exclusive sticker on it, as well as having English and French text on the box instead of English only. Alright guys, now we'll fully get into the video. I think we'll start with the 1997 Woody Talking Room Deputy. Now if y'all don't know about Room Guard Woody, he's very similar to a 1995 Thinkway Woody doll, but he doesn't have a functional pull string. Instead, he has a push button feature where he can push his shirt buttons twice and activate a room guard mode, because he has a light and a sensor his belt buckle. So he texts on his presence, it'll trigger alarm messages. You have to push the button a certain amount of times to turn off the room guard mode. If you don't do it the right amount of times, it'll trigger more alarm messages. He also comes with a stand that's like the Toy Story collection Woody doll stand, but it's in gold and not brown, and actually screws into his back.
You want to go to a roundup? I'll make a cowboy out of you yet. Yee-haw, cowboy! I'm Sheriff Woody. I'll always be here for you, partner. Oh, we had an unwanted visitor in town. Hold on there, Buster. Hey, this town ain't big enough for the two of us.
This Woody doll was also released again in 1999 for Toy Story 2. There's also a Spanish-speaking version, but I couldn't find any video footage of that one, sadly. And there's also a pull-string push-button version that was released in 2003 for the Toy Story and Beyond line as well.
Howdy, partner. My name's Woody. Reach for the sky. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. There's a snake in my boots. You're my favorite deputy. Yee-haw, cowboy! Reach for the sky. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. There's a snake in my boots.
So yeah, the Toy Story and Beyond version is a complete downgrade compared to the original. It has a functional pull string, but it's just a complete downgrade because it doesn't have a lot of phrases compared to the original release from 1997. So this Room Guard Woody is a huge disappointment compared to the original release, unfortunately. I have talked about a variant of this Ringard Woody that actually speaks both English and Spanish in part 1 of Obscure Woody Dolls. Alright, next Woody doll we have on the list is the Toy Story 3 2010 Old Disney Store / Disney Parks Woody doll. Now, what's obscure about this Woody doll is that there are 2 other releases he has. There's one where he uses the old face sculpt, where it's just the 1995 Thinkway Woody doll head sculpt, as you may recognize that Disney Store has used on some of their older Woody dolls. And then there's one where he's looking to the side. So yeah, it's pretty obscure that this Woody has 3 different releases. There's the regular one, the old one, and then there's the one where he's looking to the side. Pretty obscure how this Woody had 3 different releases with 3 different faces. Really interesting. Disney Store has also released a variant of the newer Disney Store Woody from 2014 that had 19 phrases, that had that weird face with the line in the eyebrows and the painted lips, that actually has 30 phrases, that was released in 2018. You got 11 more added phrases, basically 30 total. You got some new phrases, plus some re-recorded ones. He was one of the only Woody dolls that says somebody's poisoned the water hole. There are actually 2 releases. There's one where he uses the 2014 head sculpt, and there's one where he uses the side-glancing head sculpt. So yeah, I don't know when these were all released. I don't know which one came first, which one came after. I have the regular version without the painted lips. I think the painted lips versions look pretty weird. Alright, now into the next obscure Woody doll on the list. We all know about the Toy Story 3 Playtime Woody that was released in 2010 for Toy Story 3 that was a stock standard Thinkway Woody. One difference is that he had a magnetic sensor in his hat, so he knows when his hat's off or on. What's really obscure is that this Woody doll had many different re-releases up until Toy Story 4 in 2019 and after in 2020 or 2021. Yeah, that's really obscure that this Woody had many different re-releases all the way up until Toy Story 4 and after, before Thinkwaytoys shut down for good. It's a really obscure Woody doll. But most of the re-releases are only available in Europe, unfortunately. Alright, next up, we're going to talk about some more Disney Store Woodies. One we're going to talk about is the Toy Story and Beyond Old Disney Store Woody from the early 2000s by the Disney Store. Now, what makes this Woody obscure is that he had a massive variety of releases all the way up to 2009 before Toy Story 3. These were actually different. Like, the first releases took AAAs, then they switched to LR44 batteries, as well as some having brighter blue jeans or some having more paler blue jeans. And also they are different because some have higher pitched voices and some have lower pitched voices.
Howdy, partner. My name's Woody. You're my favorite deputy. Yee-haw, cowboy! There's a snake in my boot.
Howdy, partner. My name's Woody. You're my favorite deputy. Yee-haw, cowboy! There's a snake in my boot.
So it's pretty obscure to see that we have several different re-releases of the Toy Story and Beyond Old Disney Store Woody, where they have slightly different colors compared to the original 1995 Thinkway Woody dolls, as well as higher or lower pitches on their voice boxes. Disney Store has also made a variant of Thinkway's smaller size push-button Woody that comes exclusively in that Toy Story and Beyond twin pack with that old Disney Store Buzz with the skinny head. This Woody is a complete downgrade because it doesn't talk or anything. There are several different re-releases we've had. We've had like the regular Buzz, then we had the blue-gray version, the Toy Story 3 brand set, as well as one that wasn't branded as Toy Story 3, but actually included the newer, large-size Disney Store Woody from Toy Story 3, which is pretty odd. I talked about that set in Obscure Woody's Part 1. Alright, the next one on the list is really interesting. In 2009, Thinkwaytoys made a brand new version of the old Interactive Buddies Woody and Buzz Lightyear figures from 1997. Those figures were complete downgrades of the original 1995 Thinkway Woody and Buzz Lightyear figures. Like Woody's pull string doesn't work and Buzz's wings don't work. They have blinking eyes, but they do tend to get stuck pretty often. They have a microphone interactivity feature, but it doesn't work that well. It's passed on to the Toy Story collection figures in 2009. And also the voices are really bad sounding on these guys.
I'm Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger.
Oh, brother, you're a toy.
I am a member of the Universe Protection Unit.
You are a toy. T-O-Y, toy.
I think the word you're looking for is Space Ranger.
The new Toys R Us exclusive set for 2009 was definitely a huge improvement compared to the original 1997 set. It looks so much better, the voices are better, and the moving eye feature is really cool. Like, they have robotic moving eyes now, which is definitely a huge step up compared to the original 1997 release of the Interactive Buddies.
$50.
I am
No,
Buzz
we're not
Lightyear,
buying that.
Space Ranger. Oh, brother, you're a toy. Stop, alien, or I'll blast you with my laser. Buzz, I don't see anything. I sense something. They're closing in. Brother. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. Oh, brother, you're a toy.
The set had 2 other box variants released the same year. These are pretty hard to find nowadays because they were Toys R Us exclusives, and we all know Toys R Us is not really a thing anymore. I actually had these 3 years ago back in 2022, but I have sold them because they were unfortunately defective. Like, Woody's play mode didn't work anymore, and Buzz's eyes didn't work. Like, I've gotten a Woody that does fully work. I don't have the Buzz yet. It could be well, because these are pretty hard to find. If you have this set, then good job. You got a pretty rare variant of both the characters. Thinkway Toys also released another set a year later that was Toy Story 3 branded. It was also a Toys R Us exclusive, but this time they used the regular head sculpts and not the moving eyes anymore. And the pull-string ring and poppet wings are all still fake on them. There were 2 releases that were Toy Story 3 branded, and their release was released a year later for 2011 after Toy Story 3, since it's not branded as Toy Story 3. This set is about as rare as the 2009 moving eye set as well. There was also another Toy Story 3 brand set released around the exact same time, but this time Woody and Buzz actually had the functional pull string and pop-out wing features unlike the other 2. What's insane is that this set got released all the way out to Toy Story 4 in 2019 and after, before Thinkway Toys went out of business for good. But as far as I know, this set was a European exclusive, because eBay listings I see for these are always imported from Europe. I don't think they ever came to US markets. They had some international speaking variants like Spanish Latin or Spanish and Italian, but they never came to US markets as far as I know. So if you ever plan on buying these on eBay, it does cost a bit with the shipping because they are imported from Europe. I guess you could call these the UK Interactive Buddies Woody and Buzz, or the Toy Story 3 UK exclusive Interactive Buddies Woody and Buzz figures. If you have any of these Interactive Buddy figures from 2009 or 2010, then good job. You got a pretty rare variant of the characters in your Toy Story collection. All 3 releases of the newer Interactive Buddies Woody and Buzz figures can actually all interact together because they all have the same phrases and infrared technology, which is a pretty fun feature.
Look, we're all impressed with the new toy.
Toy?
Yes, toy. T-O-Y, toy.
Excuse me, I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger. Excuse me, I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger. Brother.
There's also a newer Interactive Buddies Woody and Jessie set that was released as a Toys R Us exclusive in 2010 for Toy Story 3 as well. As far as I know, this is one of the most extremely rarest Interactive Buddies sets ever made out there. It's impossible to find these because they were a very limited release when they were first released. There's no newer releases, unfortunately. And no, there's no moving eyes set, unlike the Woody and Buzz. There's an old one, but we didn't get a new one with these ones, unfortunately.
Hey, howdy, hey, Jessie.
Woody, let's put on a Wild West show.
Okay, I'll be the best rootin' tootin' trick shot artist there ever was.
And I'll be a fearsome critter trainer.
Critter trainer?
You bet. Them Wild West critters can be mighty fierce.
Yee-haw! Oh, ha!
What's obscure about this Woody and this set is that, unlike the ones that come with Buzz, you gotta pull the string on his back to activate all 12 of the start conversation phrases with Jessie. And the top shirt button was now his top mode button, and the bottom shirt button didn't do anything. It's a pretty obscure set. If you have this set in your Toy Story collection, then good job. You got a pretty rare Interactive Buddies Woody and Jessie set. There's also a variant of the Toy Story 4 pull string talking Woody doll that was released in 2021. It looks like the same thing, but it actually has better phrases that are used on the Toy Story collection Woody. Like the Toy Story 4 2019 release, which had crappy Toy Story 4 phrases.
Come on, partner. Let's saddle up for adventure. We need to stop those bandits. Ha-ha! Sheriff Woody and his deputies saved the day. Yee-haw! Yee-haw! Howdy, partner. My name's Sheriff Woody.
There's also released versions of the Toy Story 4 2019 Disney Store Toy Detector Woody doll, where the face and hands have a brighter skin tone to them, which looks a lot better, and also fixed belt buckle details. The 2024 one has wires in his arms and legs, so he's posable like the original 1995 posable thinkway Woody doll is. These two are definitely a huge step up compared to the original 2019 release of this Woody doll that had tan skin tone and inaccurate belt buckle details. Alright, now we're on to the final obscure Woody doll in this video. I did not know this one even existed, but it's apparently real. But it's one of the rarest Woody dolls ever made. The final obscure Woody doll in this video is going to be the Toy Story 4 Norwegian speaking push button Woody doll.
Sheriff Woody, til unnsetning! Iha! Kom, assistent, vi må redde noen leker. Vel, jeg er bare en av lekene. Takk, prøver å være aktiv. Det er så godt å se Bo igjen. Jeg har savnet henne. Operasjon Trekoppleke blir nok et slit, men det klarer vi. Han Duff Kaboom er litt av en type. Har du møtt hopperen og Anna? Litt rare, men snille. Og gøyale. Hei, hei på deg. Leke kan man gjøre når som helst. Da saler vi opp til eventyr. Yeeha! Hui! Ha-ha!
Of all the international speaking Woody dolls I've seen throughout the years, this is the most obscurest version I've seen. I never knew there was a Toy Story 4 push button Woody doll that spoke in Norwegian. Huge thanks to my friend Tomato Coco from my Discord group for sending me the video footage of this Woody doll. I never knew there was even Norwegian speaking Woody dolls, but these are extremely rare. There's also a newer interactive Woody's Woody doll that speaks Norwegian as well, but Tomato Coco doesn't have that one yet. If he does get it, he'll hopefully post the video footage of it, and I might hopefully post that video footage on YouTube as well if you guys want to see a Toy Story 3 interactive Woody's Woody that speaks Norwegian. So yeah, guys, I really hope this video helped you out just as much as part 1 of obscure Woody dolls. For those of you who are new to collecting Woody dolls and didn't know much about the many different obscure variants made by the many different toy companies throughout the years, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And huge shout out, as always, to my good friend Matt Harrison for inspiring me to make these types of videos. Be sure to check him out. If you have any questions or requests or anything, if you want me to make more videos like these, please feel free to leave a comment below down in the comments section. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button. Feel free to follow me on my social media. There's links in the description. If I see more video reviews and content, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.